presentation just to give him an introduction, and he would put in a few words, and then we will go back to the presentation. So that's the way we normally follow.
Sure, perfect.
So we will start with the presentation from your side, and then we ask you a few questions, and then we take a lot of questions from the chat box or the question answer box. And then we also admit a few attendees to come and directly ask you questions. That is a format we have been following over the week. So shall we go with that? Is it okay with you?
Sure. Let's start.
Okay, fine. So let us start. Well, good evening, all attendees. Good evening, all participants, all panelists. And here we are on the last day of the very exciting series, webinar series on earning from the internet. And we have had a variety of speakers coming here and sharing their experiences and their wisdom with all of us. And today we have with us a couple of gentlemen, Mr. Indrajit Lahiri and Mr. Shunanta Banerjee. Okay, and to tell you briefly about what they do and what their business. Mom, would you like to do that introduction yourself?
I think amongst the Bengali crowd, they don't need an introduction. Perhaps Shunando, because he's behind the camera more often than not. But Food Card, I don't think needs introduction, because currently among the Bengali-based channels, YouTube channels that we follow, I think Futka and his Bhaipo is very well known. And Bhaipo is not here today, but Futka is here. And more importantly, Futka has brought with him Mr. Banerjee, who is the architect behind the YouTube channel, which has become so popular. So I think that is also a very important, addition that we have today. So we would love to hear from both of them.
Well, I think Indrajit, you can start.
Good evening, students. So you all, probably few of you or some of you have heard of this web series called Foodka. So what we do, rather than being a review channel, we prefer to be a food storytelling channel. We believe, or we tend to believe, that every food has its story, which needs to be told. And food somehow is a great leveler. So in Foodka channel, what we do is we talk of those food stories. It was conceptualized by Mirav Sarli in 2017, and then myself and Shunando, we both got roped in. Now what happens is Mir takes care of the entire creativity, the entertainment part. I take care of the content and R&D, and Shunando primarily takes care of the all digital part, digital architecture, engineering, social media management, everything. So he mostly is behind the camera, but Shunando, along with his team, Anonymous Digital, they take care of the thing that Foodka reaches to the mass. So the format is Shunando will be taking you through a small presentation. The topic is probably the answer that we are all looking at, is how to earn money from YouTube or how to monetize YouTube. So there are a couple of pointers, very easy things, and everybody can earn something. Now, as per me, the only thing is content is always the king and consistency. Shunando will elaborate much on that. Over to Shunando.
Hi, thank you so much, Indrajit. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Professor Mukherjee. So let me take you through our presentation. This presentation is, I would have actually loved to, as I was telling Ms. Mitra, that I would have loved to take you through a kind of an interactive session, not through a really boring presentation, but my idea is to have a few pointers in front of us. I hope this is visible to you all. Is it, can somebody confirm that? Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it is.
Great.
Yes,
So I found the topic is very interesting, that how to establish and consistently increase your presence in YouTube. And probably there is a side topic, which is how to earn more through YouTube. So I think before even we talk about YouTube, before even we talk about establishing a channel, it is very important for us to understand what we want, or what what do you really want from having a channel? Do you want to earn? Do you want to enjoy? Or do you want to earn while you enjoy? I think as a team, and mostly because of our age, experiences, and a lot of associated things, we wanted to primarily enjoy something that we do. And while doing something, why not earn something? So that was primarily the reason behind having a food channel in YouTube. Because we definitely, since Mir is involved in this channel, so we definitely had an option to go offline with the other channels like televisions or others. But we definitely wanted to get into the YouTube because we felt the emergence of digital across the world, and we felt that that's the future. But at the same time, as I told you, so we need to really first understand whether we want to really earn from internet, we want to enjoy, and if your enjoyment is mixed with certain payment and that increases the enjoyment, there is no wrong in it. So um, who do you choose as your role model? So I think, since Futka is here, I'm sure a lot of people in India, or a lot of people in this part of the globe are looking at Futka as a kind of a role model. But if I talk about a few role model, and definitely we are not really looking at them, but it's an option that why don't you look at them? For example, Rian Kazi is a kid actually. He started with a toy reviewing channel. So that channel earns millions of dollars. And he started very young, a very young kid. Now he has a team of his own, and probably one of the few youngest millionaire in this world. So he has done a fantastic job. You really want him to be your role model, or you would like to do the Dude Perfect? So these are the channels you can actually go and check. And Dude Perfect earns close to $20 million a year, and he does some crazy tricks that he shows. Or you can look at Natsya. His earning is around 18 million. I'm talking about year 2020 when the lockdown happened, and this is the kind of earning that these people have done. He is also a child actor, and look at the age group. So I think we are a bit outclassed in this YouTube marketplace, and that's another story we could talk about. Because normally if you look at the YouTube channels, the people who have got their own YouTube channels are very young, they're millionaire, millennium guys. But if you look at us, we are all gray haired. Okay, we are kind of uh, almost reaching 50, and at this age we have decided to start a YouTube channel. I'm talking about a few more. For example, Rate and Link. It's a sort of a talk show kind of thing, and they earn again $17.5 million. These are all in $1 million. Jeffree Star on $17 million. Pretzel Nursement is $14 million. PewDiePie, I'm sure a lot of people they follow them, follow PewDiePie, and my son at least is a big follower of PewDiePie. And at times when we talk about, or rather we flaunt about our subscription base of 300,000, he just smiled at us and he said that, do you know how many subscriber PewDiePie has? Well, and that is why I said that it is very important to understand what this channel does. Now, when I'm talking about them, I'm not talking about whether we really made them the role model. What we actually found out in them is there is a purpose behind their channel. There is a very solid purpose, there is a reason, there is a story behind their channel. And that's where it matters. And I'm talking about that in a while. Um, if that is a parameter that you should be looking at, that all this channel, if you look at them, they follow a particular trend. They have their own trends, they have their own way of managing channels. They have a content plan which is very important. Now, if you hear Mr. Lahiri, he said in the beginning that we never wanted to become a food critic channel or a channel that talks about or rather criticize food. So we talked about the reason behind the channel is to basically talk about the story behind food. Now, coming back to the presentation and probably the flow, let me just share certain food stats that might be interesting for you. So we started in 2017 in September, and I would never, okay, I mean, today probably I can talk about a lot of things, but to be very honest with you all, we never really thought that, or rather, we never really imagined this channel to long so many years, last so many years, and we just wanted to do something very funny, talking about food and travel, story about food. And it suddenly started. It was a very casual start. We never really felt the urge to earn money, and this is a fact. And we believe whatever success that we have achieved till date, one of the primary reason for that is that we never ever really look for earning money when we started. We just wanted to talk about good food, we wanted to talk about the stories behind food, but earning was something which never really came to our mind. So this is a very sad fact that we have managed to publish only 69 videos till date. So definitely this is not the way to manage a channel. There are a lot of things that I mean that in this, at least in the last 3 years, we could have done a lot many videos, but well, the 69 through the 69 videos, at least what we have reached, and this is something which is very interesting to know, is that we have today 19.4 million views to our channel, 1.8 million minutes of watch. So this is with this 69 videos, we are slowly reaching toward close to 300,000 subscriber. Another very important aspects of our channel is there are 5.33 minutes of viewing time, average viewing time, which is more than the standard average YouTube channel viewing time across the world. And we have close to 20% views that comes from overseas. We have now season 7 is now getting uploaded. Our overall earning from Foodka channel is close to 7 lakh, which is not bad, and we are now serious. So for us, it actually worked in a bit differently. So we were never serious about earning money. We just wanted to have fun. We just wanted to publish some good content over the internet. Slowly, what I found, or what we found, is that people started liking it. People started giving their opinion. And well, at the end of the day, we felt that, okay, our cost is somehow getting managed. So why not become a bit serious on it? So today, if you look at the Foodka channel, we have managed to establish an organization called Hungry Bars Media. We are trying to get into more and more content development. We are getting into more and more tie-ups with different organizations. To name a few, we have got associated with the Tea Board of India. We have got associated with the India Tourism. We have got associated with HITCO in Newtown. And those are probably stimulus which is working for us and which is inspiring us to make more and more videos, and in the process probably earning a little bit. So who are them? I think The first two gentlemen does not need any introduction. So Mir is known is is a little dynamite, I would say. I mean, I only wish that we publish a little bit of behind the scene videos just for you to understand how this man works. And this is so amazing. Like for me, if you look at myself, I had been into software development. I had been into a profession which is very boring and extremely, time bound, very specific, managing clients across the world. So my role was very, very different. My life was a bit boring. But when I looked at me, it completely changed. And of course, Mr. Lahiri, I have never met a person in my whole life who is so passionate about food. So and this passion is very much required whenever you are doing anything on YouTube. I think in fact, passion is needed in whatever you do. Be it a web series, be it a YouTube channel, whatever you do, whatever things that you do in life, it is very much important. And I have got these two gentlemen who are extremely passionate about what they do. And that's probably is the key thing that works for us. And my role, as Indrajit said, I basically stays behind the camera. I normally look at the stats and I get very excited looking at the stats. But Foodka has, of course, changed me looking at the other and finer aspects of the channel. And today, I also enjoy as looking at things which are not purely numbers or statistics. So that is probably a contribution of me and Indrajit in my life. And so that's about the team. Of course, behind these three faces that you are seeing, there are a lot of unknown faces, and that is being represented by a company called Anonymous, uh, an extremely crazy team of individuals who are extremely talented, and they do the shooting, they do the editing, extremely well edited things, or extremely well edited content that you are seeing today. So that's a team that walks behind. And so now let's get into how you start the channel and how you start, probably coming to that, but how you start earning. But to start a channel, I think it is very important, as I said, and as I showed the examples of some of the biggest YouTubers in the world, that you need to set your subject. Once you set your subjects, you understand that half of your job is done, because you know what you are going to talk about. And once you set your subject, you identify your target group. So what we have done, ours is not, I mean, I would never really give an example of Foodka as it started. Probably we started probably a bit unplanned, and slowly we have understood who are our TG, who is the person who is looking at us, looking at the back end, looking at the kind of questions that we are getting, looking at the interaction we are having. We slowly understood that, okay, this is the target audience and there we need to reach. This is the kind of language we need to see. But if you do a little bit of research, and if you are okay, or if you are ready with your subject, and you identify for whom you are making that subject, your job is done, I would say. And I today, I mean, both of us, I mean, both myself, Indrajit, me, we look at some of the YouTubers with a lot of amazement. You know, the way they have managed their channel, the way they are constantly working on having the right kind of audience, the right kind of language. It is amazing. So I think we are learning every day, and whatever we have learned till date, we are just sharing with you. That might help you. And once you have your subject, you have identified your target group, you need to set a voice and tone to your channel. Again, in what language you are talking. So when I'm talking about voice and tone, I'm not talking about whether it is going to be in English or Bengali or Hindi. You need to, of course, that's another thing that you need to consider, that where you are, if you are targeting an audience where probably you are reviewing electronic goods, you need to make it in English so that it reaches more and more people. But if you are talking about regional things, and today, if you look at the world, if you look at the internet companies, they are focusing more and more on the regional content. So regional content has a lot of power. But when I'm talking about the voice and tone of your channel, it is not exactly the language. I'm talking about how you actually represent your channel, in what kind of tone you will be. Would it be very formal? Would it be a little informal? Would it be a mix of this? Would it be a bit serious? So according to your channels, suppose you are doing a medicine review kind of a channel, then you need to be very serious because your audience is very serious. They are looking at serious content. You cannot make jokes of things. So like that, you need to really look at, you need to do a little bit of research, not a little bit of research, a little more research. And the more research you do, the more channels you look at the flow of their content. You would slowly understand what I mean to say by, you need to say the voice and tone of the channel. Remember, it is very, very important to set up the channel with a longer vision. So when we started Foodka, we probably did not have a specific subject lined up for our next few episodes. We probably never had a long plans how to sustain, but somewhere or the other, we had a vision that what we would like to present. We always wanted to become a kind of lonely planet for uh, for the food fraternity. So somebody is coming to India, somebody is coming to West Bengal, they would like to explore a certain kind of food. They can go to food guide, get the reference, and they can check out certain outlets. That was somehow was a plan for us, which we worked upon. And I think this is something that I tell every students, every person, every individual, every entrepreneur, that whenever you are doing something, whenever you are starting something, do not expect, if it happens, it is good, but do not expect that to be successful overnight. You need to give it a long time. You need to be patient. We need to be really optimistic. Don't lose your faith, but keep on working on it, and you will slowly see the success coming. So there is no formula that gives you a quick success in YouTube, at least. It is not like launching a serial or a soap in a television channel with lots of great star cast. One thing that we have understood when we started Food Cup, having probably one of the largest celebrity cannot guarantee success of a channel. So Mir had been a phenomenal in all other media. But when we started YouTube channel, he also worked as a fresher. And that was the kind of aspiration behind us, because whenever we felt a bit down, he was one person who was constantly striving, and he was constantly trying that, we need to make this better. Next episode, we have to do this. Next episode, we have to do that. That's the kind of motivation that worked for us. And and we had been extremely patient. We kept on working on. And one of the worst thing that happened with us, three of us at least, we were all extremely busy in our own individual professions. So Indrajit has a company to look after. I had a few restaurants to look after and a company to look after. So I was extremely busy. Mir is probably one of the busiest um, celebrities today in West Bengal. So you can imagine that the kind of pressure that we had to handle. So for us, Futka was a kind of a fresh air, and we wanted to live with it. We wanted to enjoy it, but at certain time we felt that okay, it's not really picking up. I see some of the channels, very very young guys, college students, they are starting the channel, so many followers. Where we have gone wrong? And we kept on analyzing. We are still doing our analysis. We are looking at, and I will be talking about that, how you can do this analysis. So uh, second, okay, you need to be consistent, and that is the key. So whatever we did, whatever success, failure, everything that happened with us, one thing has never changed, that we had been extremely consistent in our approach. We have kept on working on the content, and we had tried to be as consistent as possible. First thing first, now let me touch upon a little bit about the technology of YouTube. And YouTube, as it is a company from Google, so it is the largest. Just a second. Can somebody confirm that you can see my
No,
screen?
no, no. Your
No,
share
it is
screen
not
is.
visible.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, yes. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So I will be quickly touch upon this topic because it's a bit technical, but as YouTube also uses the search mechanism of Google primarily, so there are few things which becomes extremely important when you manage a channel. So there is a big YouTube SEO, the search engine optimization itself is a huge topic, and I could probably talk about it over a few days. But just to talk about it very simply, you need to keep it on your mind that whatever you do, whatever channel that you do, it has to be very very relevant to the kind of search people does. So how people actually getting into YouTube and they're searching for videos. Now if I make a video which talks about the Apple iPhone 12, and I make a subject saying that it is a phone review episode, it doesn't really make any sense to the search engine that works behind the whole thing. So you need to have very specific. So you need to talk about it like iPhone 12 description or review, etc. Something which is extremely relevant to the point and very very focused towards the kind of content that you are going to present. Then there comes the thumbnail, the meta tags. There is something called a card in YouTube. The end screen, how the end screen actually look, and you need to work on this very very minutely. The thumbnail should have a very appealing pictures. So I have seen again that there is a problem with the thumbnail, because YouTube also, the Google mechanism also searches whether it is relevant to your post. Now you are talking about, say, suppose you are talking about the Pithepuli Utsav in Kolkata, and you are putting a picture of a biryani. It doesn't really work for you. It doesn't really work. At the same time, YouTube or the Google mechanism would understand that you are somehow trying to dodge your particular content. You are trying to make something which is wrong, which is not right, and they would actually put you behind in the search engine. So you need to really be very, very relevant to the content that you are preparing. The description, the thumbnail, the meta tags, the card scheme, everything has to be extremely relevant and associated with the product that you are actually putting up. You need to repeat your focus keywords. So focus keywords is the keywords by which a person is actually looking and searching for your product, and you need to repeat it more and more. So the more time you repeat, there is a high chance the search engine optimization, the search engine tools actually takes that and puts your products up on the mark. You need to have a description which is really good. You can actually go to the Foodka channel and look at the description that we have given. So we have tried working on the description very minutely, that would describe not only the channel but also answer some of the questions that comes to your mind. You need to find the right meta tags, and there are a lot of courses that you can do. Actually, there are a lot of free courses you can do to understand how this meta tags work. As I told, that this is such a long topic that this time is not basically suitable to actually talk about everything. But one thing you need to understand, that there are millions and millions of videos which are getting uploaded every day, and you need to do something unique for the audience to discover your video. And to do that, you need to understand the psyche of those people. And that is why, again, coming to the basics, that once you have your target audience, think like them. Don't think like your channel. Think from your audience perspective and understand what they are looking at. And according to that, you need to actually make those things. There are a few very, very basic things, that thumbnail should have enlarged picture, which is 70%. 30% should be text. More than 30% text, if you add, the search engine does not take it. And then the you need to also understand that more than 90% traffic today to your video comes from mobile phone. So all the videos that you are uploading, they should have greater saturation as people watch on low brightness. So normally you actually put your phone on a low brightness to save your battery. So you need to really think all those minor things which may sound very, very ordinary, but this actually works towards having a better audience. Keep your audience engaged. You need to use the story is a fantastic tool. You need to post regularly on your YouTube channel. So if you look at the Foodka channel, we not only share videos, we kept on posting on regularly on YouTube. All there are a lot of things that you can actually do in your channels, and these also works in terms of engaging to your audience. So you have an audience network and you need to engage them towards your channel. So you need to continuously come with certain things like opinion polls. That works really fantastic. Question answer station, for example, the say the season 8 of Foodka is completely planned. We are actually planning to have the content based on a question answer session that we are going to do with our audience. And based on certain questions, the kind of answers that we get, based on that, we will be finding out where and which things that we are going to show in our next episode. So we keep on asking our audience, what do you like? What do you want to see? And accordingly that, it's now if somebody told us, and we have got this kind of questions also and this kind of suggestions also, that why don't you do a review of the street food of New York? We wish we could do, but unfortunately we cannot do everything that our audience is asking. But of course that's a great suggestion, and we felt that, okay, with this suggestion, why not we do street foods of every cities, something like that. God knows, probably someday we will be doing a street food say season on New York. So but all this suggestion works a lot. And I have seen successful YouTube channel, they always read all the comments in the comment box. Sometimes it becomes a very tedious work, because some of our which is a happy problem, I would say, that we get thousands and thousands of questions, thousands of comments, and at times it is not possible, rather it is sometimes it is not possible for us to answer everything, but that doesn't stop us in reading those, because when we read them we really understand the psyche of our audience. The other social media, so you cannot be content only with the YouTube channel, so you need to always think that you are in the digital world, which is now completely, surrounded by multiple social media channels. So you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, and there are a lot of ways all these social media channels actually help you in reaching out to your people, reaching out to your audience, and engage your viewer. So if I just today we have close to 300,000 subscriber. Now, if I release an episode on YouTube, of course there is a notification that goes to these people, but that doesn't stop us. That doesn't stop us from not doing the publicity in other channels. So we use Twitter, we use Facebook, we use Instagram to talk about the new things which are coming up. We make a kind of a post launch of an episode plan. We do a pre launch of an episode plan. So before the episode is launched, we kind of generate some kind of um, some kind of interesting facts. We share some interesting facts about an episode which is coming, and this is how there is a constant query, constant interest about our channel. What is coming up, what is coming up, and we are constantly addressing that. So you need to really engage your people, and you need to come out with some customized properties in your YouTube channel. For example, if you look at our channel, we have done something called a pocket pinch. Pocket pinch is how much money on an average you have to spend to have a food in particular restaurant, which is a pocket pinch. But we made it kind of a very funny, very sweet looking logo, and made it kind of a property. So every video should be talking about something called a pocket pinch. Then there are foodka facts. Now normally whenever we are talking about a story about a food, there are certain things that Indrajit talks about, because he's a person with a lot of knowledge, lot of he's a gamut of, he's almost like a Google when it comes to food. But when he talks about it, we just bring a small logo of Foodka, and it kind of a little bit of motion we added to it, and we talk about Foodka facts. Now, if you look at our channel, the Foodka facts and pocket pinch has become a property of the channel Foodka. So like that, you have to create some property that people look for, that people are interested about. This is I'm sure that this is a bit invisible right now because of the colors, but this is the analytics that YouTube provides you. This comes free of cost, of course, and you can actually monitor how your audience is retaining you with your channel, and you need to continually try to take the curve upwards. Now, if you look at this, whenever there is a spike that happened, that means we have launched something. We have launched an episode, we have launched a series, and there is a spike immediately. This is how we actually decides. And now if this is kind of a lifetime curve, but if you look at the smaller curves, like for a monthly audience curve, we can actually see what makes the difference. If we have launched two episode in the say within a range of say 15 days, 20 days, we can actually see where it worked, which are the areas where people have really, got engaged. Those are fantastic stats. And these are the things where you need to look into, and you need to really get information, inspiration, everything from these curves, because these are your lifeline. This is where YouTube tell us that, okay, you do these things, you don't do these things, you do these things right, you do this thing wrong. And this is where we keep on learning. And I think whoever is making a YouTube channel, they need to really look into these curves and look into how this thing. You need to, as I said, that you need to look at the pics when the audience retention curves are more, and you would understand which are the pointers, what exactly had worked in favor of us. And we need to repeat that. We need to repeat those formulas again and again. So I can give you a lot of example, but if you look at few channels, and if you start your channel and look at those curves continuously, you would see how it really works. So it is exactly like that. You are playing cricket, and you have somehow connected a shot which actually gives you a sixer. You need to try and keep on repeating that. You need to try and keep on, you need to try and play that shot again and again and again and again. So of course, that is one of the biggest learning that we have understood from YouTube, that certain things that we believe that it may generate a lot of interest, but that has not worked. But certain things that we felt that, okay, we should have edited this part, this is not the right thing or the right way to do it, but that has probably become much more, interesting things for our audience. And ultimately we are actually working for our audience, and we need to really take care of them. So this is the Bible of YouTube videos. The first 15 seconds of your video should be the best part of your video. If you look at the evolution of Foodka channel, you will be seeing that this is one part where we have not done very well. The reason is that we were probably talking about a story the way it should be done. But then later on, we understood the attention span of people are very less. So you need to attract people within the first 15 seconds. So today what we do, whatever is there in this whole episode, we try to package it and make it in a 15-second slot. Show it in the beginning that this 15-second is actually going to retain your people, because the average detachment with your channel, with your episode, happens within this 15 seconds. When people does not feel interested, they just come out of it. So you need to get the attention, you need to grab the attention of the people in the first 15 seconds. And that's a trick that you would be understanding when you start doing it. Of course, you can do, as I talked you about the certain YouTube graphs and the curves. You can actually put parallel your two channels performance, two episodes performance, and see where the picks are happening, where the engagement is more. And then you can check the source of your traffic, the demography of what is the age group that are looking at your channel. So for us, the age bracket between say 13 to 36, this is the age bracket which is almost contributes to 80% of our viewership. And we try to understand what they're looking at and then try to make things better. So YouTube gives amazing amount of data, and you need to keep on digging those data and understand what exactly happens. At times, of course, I get a bit, it's like, okay, for a person who had dealt with data throughout his life, you get amazed with those data. but at times I feel I get a little bit more into this data and do analysis and keep on telling me and Indrajit that you do this, you do that. But well, I mean, there are certain things which are be you know which are not really instigated by data, but more or less when you are making an YouTube channel, you need to really look at this analytics and see where it is working, where it is not working. Coming to the last and final tips, the monetization tips. Okay, I'm sure that after so many sessions that you have, you know how the ad spends happen. But very, very simple things. Try to target the peak seasons when people actually spends ad and ad, because see, the more people watch your episode, the more people watch your ads in between your episodes, then only you earn. So target these festivals like Durga Puja, Diwali, New Year, Holi, Valentine's Day. Now these are the time when you need to really look at the more peak in your earning. Of course, there is no standard method of earning, but you need to really look at or target those high ad spend seasons. You need to be extremely careful of using royalty free videos and audio. So be original as possible, because today the whole Google works with a certain algorithm that completely bans your channel. The quality of your channel get deteriorated like anything if you are caught with certain royalty or the copyrighted music or some clips. So you need to be extremely careful not to use them. Be as original as possible. This key mistakes, some of them we have also done, and we felt that you should not be doing this. So not uploading enough videos, we definitely have done it. We are trying to rectify ourselves. We are planning a lot, but most of the time we plan, but we do not execute because of our schedule, our other engagement. But whoever is serious about YouTube channel, they should keep on uploading videos on a regular interval. You need to uh, there are channels who actually upload very short videos. Don't do it. So the longer videos, not longer than, say, I would say that if you, it depends on the topic that you are choosing, but any videos which is very long does not work, which is very short does not work. Like a 1 minute video, it never works in YouTube. So you need to be consistent, 5 to 10 minutes, 8 minutes kind of videos, that works perfectly well. Bad audio quality, it never works in YouTube. Never. Try not to do it. If you are too proud of your channel, it works very bad for your channel. So keep on requesting for subscribe, comment and share. Now if you look at our channel, Mir and Indrajit keeps on requesting with their folded hands every time we have a channel, that please subscribe, comment and share. I would like to replicate that today also, that please come, please subscribe to our channel, press the bell button, comment, share with your friends. And that's something that you need to keep on doing, even if you have the biggest YouTube channel. Too many things on a single channel. One channel is talking about educational system of India, the same channel is talking about the health system of the channel, then it becomes a news channel. It doesn't work in YouTube. You need to be very specific. You need to stick to your subject. You need to be very uh, relevant to your topic, and that's the key. If you keep on exploring a lot of things in a single channel, it is not going to work for you. Not breaking your channel. There are few channels who have not. So if you look at Foodka, we have we have made a plan that we would actually make it in various seasons, different series, and then that is how we are actually uploading the videos. So you need to really make the channel. See, the channel has a lot of content, lot of videos. If a third person comes, he becomes very clueless where to go, which one to see. So the more it's like managing your files properly. So that's how you need to make your channel. Not sharing it with other channel is suicidal. So keep on sharing it with other channels. If you have other friends who have YouTube channels, please ask them to share your videos, and you can do a kind of a collab with them. So that's it, more or less. I think I have managed to keep it within 1 hour. So get up and start working. So that's it. I think I can for the session.
Yeah, I think maybe now request Mr. Indrajit Lahiri to take over.
Yes. So, Shunando, thank you so much for presenting this beautiful session. Can we have the audience questions, please? Mom, can you help on that?
Yes, sure, sure. Uh, I think Tishya Dasgupta has asked, "Hello, sir. My question is to both of you. Apart from all the renowned joints or restaurants, how do you find the unknown or relatively lesser known places to eat by yourself or through any sources?"
Uh, I don't get the questions. Can you, Kish, can you come once again, please? Mom,
So
can I have the
Uh,
question once more?
I think her question is that how do
Okay, how do
we?
you find the unknown and lesser places?
Yeah.
Mom, the thing is that I take care of the content primarily. So what happens is either once I go around on my business or anything, I tend to eat around a lot and I tend to visit unknown places. Sometimes the food is bad, sometimes the food is good. It may be excellent, it may be very bad. But whatever it is, so there is a learning. Either I go on and eat around places, or I ask my friends and others to recommend me places. And that actually gives a very good result. Even on Foodka, on the fans of Foodka group, we keep on repeating the same question that if you know of any good joint, do let us know so that we can go and cover them. At least maybe we can go there on an individual basis, check it out, then we can go to shoot for from a team Foodka. So that depends. That's the way we found the hidden gems or the lesser known restaurants. And for last 6 years, I've been working on a blog called Moha Mushkil, and it has got almost 300 listings. So we can pick and choose from that place. Again, social media is a treasure trove. So whatever we do not know, and if we know how to search, we can get very good results. For example, we know of the steamed momo, fried momo, and maybe pan fried momo. But from social media, we came across something known as mayonnaise momo, something known as Kobiraji momo, and stuff like that. Weird stuff. I don't know whether they are good, bad, ugly. Authenticity, I personally uh, tend to prefer the taste more. I tend to rank the taste more than the authenticity of it, but that's a personal choice. So, social media is a treasure trove, and you need to search what you are looking for. So, that's the way we look at it. Yeah.
okay.
Mom, next question, please.
Yeah. So Shomik Banerjee asks, how to make people share my video. They share meaningless video, but not something good sometimes.
Uh, Honestly, I don't have any answer for this. But if you have an interesting content, see, content is the king, as Shunandu rightly explained. So if you have interesting contents, people will share. Why share? That people will want their followers, their audience, their viewers to check what is going on. And the easiest way is to share. If it's a good video, interesting content, not even video, it is shared, most of it. It's a piece of writing, it's a photograph, it's a video, it gets shared. Content is the king and it should be interesting, not queen in any matter.
Hmm. I think also the point here is perhaps what is meaningless to you is not meaningless to others. Because
Definitely.
I think that is where the problem lies, that you feel that you are doing very good content while someone who has, the viral content is getting all the shares.
I think
See, everybody thinks they have got the best content in the whole world. It's normal. But what is meaningless to me may be a very good content for somebody else. If we take that video called Dancing Uncles, that Govinda Songwala video. So that may be a meaningless dance. That uncle was not that really handsome, but he did a fantastic job. So once somebody wants to watch the video and laugh on their own, they'll just go watch the video and laugh on their own, and that makes the experience meaningful for them. So meaningless is a dicey thing. Like it has both sides.
Correct.
I would suggest Shomik to do one thing. I think put yourself into others' foot and try to understand that why or what have you made so that they should be sharing. Is there something very relevant that they should be sharing? And in this world today, I think a person may get a Nobel Prize if he can find out a methodology by which you make a viral content. So we really, everybody wish to make a viral content, but after working in the digital field for, I don't know, for many years, what I have understood is that there is no set formula. Viral for content is almost like the virus that we are all facing. Nobody knew from where it came. Nobody knew why it came, but we are all at home
We are all
wearing a
trying to
mask.
scratch the wall. Like
Exactly.
it may come out, but we are not very sure from where it will come.
True, true.
I want to ask one question. Can I ask it?
Please go ahead, sir.
How did you arrive at the name Futka?
So that's a lovely story. That name was, of course, it has come across with Mir Afsar Ali. So he's probably the most imaginative guy in three of us. So in Bengali, we have terms like Boro Kaka, Mejo Kaka, Shejo Kaka, Borka, Mechka, Shechka. So food related Kaka is Foodka. Now Kaka in Bengali, as you know, is something who is a pseudo know-it-all person. He is supposed to know everything, every damn thing under the sun, or even beyond sun. So food, somebody who knows anything and everything about food should be called a food-related Kaka or Foodka. So that's how the name came up.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, I was wondering what is the origin of this.
So that's the background story.
Okay.
Yeah, please
Shall I go to the next question?
Yeah.
So Ayush Pathak asks, I have a YouTube channel with 118 subscribers and I have been working on it for over 10 months. I have uploaded 95 videos. Sadly, my growth is equal to nothing. What to do now, sir?
Ayush, Shunanda will be able to tell you better, but have you checked a couple of things like the YouTube SEO? Have you done the correct meta tagging? Have you put up the correct hash words? There are a couple of extensions for Chrome browser if you're using a laptop or a desktop. So there are a couple of extensions for the Chrome which shows you the parallel hashtags which you should be using. There are hashtag searchers. So have you thought of them? Number one. Number two, the video should be good and interesting no matter what. That's the basic keyword. If these two are taken care of, it should. And definitely someday it will. Thirdly, there should be a shameless promotioning. That's your kid, your channel, and nobody is going to promote it other than you, better than you, and you know the vision, why it was created. So shameless marketing goes a long way. Shanand, over to you.
I think this is a common refrain that we are hearing from all the discussions we've had over the week. Shameless promotion is the word coming out very strongly. So I think the ones who are trying to set up channels would really have to take these words very seriously. Shameless promotion of yourself. Yes, please carry on. Yeah.
But don't make yourself shameless. Have a vision why you are promoting it, and have some strategy behind it. Like social media post 10 times a day doesn't really work. It looks to someone like a bit of spamming. Negative publicity doesn't work all the time. Once a while is fine, maybe, but doesn't work all the time. There should be certain take home for the viewer. They should get something to use their time to see your channel. Shameless marketing is good, but strategically. Don't make yourself shameless. Make your marketing shameless. Shanand, over to you.
I would actually suggest you to do few things. One is that if 95 videos that you said that 95 videos have not worked for you, that means there is something grossly wrong in your channel. So first of all, you need to see whether the content that you are developing, are they really good? That means they are original and they have there are few people who are interested about your topic. If you feel that yes, my channel has great content, in that case you need to use the right tag words, as Indrajit said, the right tag. Below your video you need to put the right tag that attracts people to your video, the similar kind of mindset who are looking at the kind of content that you are developing, that kind of tags that you have to use. Or even after that, you do the research, you do an analysis, looking into the graph, that somehow you feel that there is no interest quotient in this kind of channel, then why don't you change the whole topic of your channel, start another channel. There is nothing wrong in it. So if a particular strategy has not worked, that doesn't mean that your channel is bad. Probably that is not something people want to watch. So that's a clear indication that the kind of content that, and okay, before saying that, you need to also understand whether these 95 videos are of similar type. They're all talking about a similar subject. So if not, and you are having a multiple kind of videos, it is definitely not going to work. As I said, even as Foodka said, that in a channel you need to really find out a topic on which your channel is talking about. So before coming to Foodka, everybody knows that this channel talks about the stories of Foodka, the stories of food. So it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of food. So you need to create an identity by which identity you make people understand that this channel talks about XYZ. Now, if you want to see something which is PQRX, you have to go to somewhere else, but not in this channel. So you can do that. If you send me the link of your channel, I can probably give you more suggestions on that.
That is very good. I have one very basic question to ask you. Somehow curious. I know very little of this business, so I'm curious to know. Do you think that humor adds to the viewership of YouTube channels, or do you think serious videos are more in vogue rather than fun-filled videos, fun-filled content? What is your opinion? Maybe I'm asking a very stupid question. I don't know,
No,
but let me still ask.
this is a very, very valid question, and I again, as I said, that I normally go with the statistics. The statistics says if you look at the top 10 successful YouTube channel, all are human, all has entertainment. So for serious things, people would love to go to BBC. For serious things, people would love to go to Al Jazeera. But if they are coming to YouTube, primarily it is an entertainment channel. It's entertainment is there in their mindset.
Okay.
And so I think humor, entertainment, fun works. If it is very, very raw, if it is very rude, it may not work. At times, if you look at, if I give you, at the slide where I presented the top 10 YouTube earners, you would see everybody is talking about something which is funny, which is something, they're probably reviewing toys. Just imagine the highest grosser in YouTube channel is a kid who is talking about toy. She is actually reviewing toys. So it may work. But yes, there are few very successful YouTube channel which talks about tech guides. They are technological guides, and that also works very good in YouTube.
Maybe roasting channels work like anything. Like if we talk about the probably the largest YouTube channel in India, Kari Minati, that guy roasts everybody and everything, almost everything under and beyond the sun,
That's
but in a
humor.
humorous way. So serious content turned into a humorous package. So something like that can also work, and it works normally.
Correct.
Yes, next question, please.
So Anvesha Kaur Gupta asks, is there anything specific other than being a Bengali with love for food that inspires you to continue in this journey?
That's food car.
So it's all about stories. Like we Indians, we have never been really keen on documenting and that sort of things. Like in Europe, a story goes like if a sahib goes on for a hunting, there is somebody going along with him to document the whole process with a notebook in hand. But we Indians, we are not really going for it. We have made them immoral via stories, via songs, via poems. So we are born like that. That runs in our blood. So Foodka is all about being Indian, having the stories, and we personally believe, as we said, every food has a story. So it's basically a storytelling channel, which we like.
Okay. Uh, Kritika says, hello, sir. Does one need to be a tech savvy to start a YouTube channel? Can a person without tech knowledge can be good at editing videos? As editing a video is very important aspect today.
You always can hire someone to edit your video. So the trick is either you learn yourself because your video is your kid and nobody can do it better than you. But if you do not have the knowledge or the time, then you need to spend on it and get somebody to edit it. That's it, simple as that. Shanand, over to you.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
I think by tech, she.
No, yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, I don't think that you need to be a technologically brilliant person. Being savvy does not mean that you don't you have to understand the coding of it, you know. But today, I think even a kid is tech savvy. So my son handles an iPhone much better than I do. So I think you guys are much more tech savvy than us, and this is something which is very natural to you all. So don't even think about the coding of it, just think about the basic knowledge of it. But you have to have the knowledge, that is for sure. You have to have a knowledge, or you have to hire somebody who has the knowledge about this small things, like, you know, the right kind of meta tag. But before that, you need to understand why I'm using it, which actually works for you. And another thing I would like to have here, I think there is another thing, as editing a video is very important. That's where you need to have the skills. So fortunately, we have a team here where we have an editor. But until and unless your video is crisp with the proper sound, with the proper light, it doesn't work, you know, because you as an audience doesn't really want to see something which is very shabby, which is not right in the kind of color texture. So you need to be, in that way, you need to be a bit tech savvy. But today's world, there are fantastic phones available, smartphones available. So editing becomes a very easy thing. Also, there are multiple apps that gives you the ability to edit your content. So I'm sure that there are tools available by which you don't need to really go through rigorous training. Uh, what I talk about, the technologically savvy.
The thing is, either you learn it yourself, save money, save time, get up with the best content, or hire someone. Simple.
Parijit asked that he or she has a gaming channel, but you know his engagement is not consistent. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. What should I do exactly?
How are you presenting your gaming channel? Now, my son is 11 years old and he watches some gaming channel named Triggered Insan or something like that. So that guy, what he does, he goes live and plays this game called Minecraft. But he presents it in such a way that it gets engaging. He always tells a story while playing, while going through the game. Once this guy dies or kills someone, whatever, something is happening. I don't understand Minecraft much, but I like seeing the channel. But so that's it. Depends on your engagement level, how you are getting your viewers engaged. That probably matters. So you need to work on that part.
Okay. Nilesh Chaturvedi says that if your content is good, does it matter whether you are sharing it on WhatsApp and other social media handle? Does without sharing a video works to grow on YouTube?
Without sharing means it has to come on top for that search topic. For example, if say you are doing a Minecraft gaming video, so as soon as somebody starts typing gaming or Minecraft or something like that, it should come in the first page. Maybe Shananda would be able to explain in a better way. So either you need to work on the YouTube SEO or sharing, but sharing always helps in growing organically. Shananda.
Sharing also helps in doing your SEO better. So if you look at the whole algorithm of search engine optimization, sharing is also something which is very, very crucial to your search engine optimization. So how you actually reach out to more and more people. So don't even shy out, uh, uh, not really sharing it. Share it.
Shameless marketing.
Shameless marketing, as Indrajit says, but share it as in as many platform as possible, because that would help you. So the more people look into it in the first few minutes, there's a good chance of your videos going up in the search engine rank, because there are people who are actually watching it. So you need to reach out to more and more people. So until and unless your subscriber goes to a few million, so till that time, I think you need to keep on sharing this.
Okay. Um, so Adil Rahman wants to ask that he wants to start a YouTube channel on street foods, but there are so many already. So what are the things that he has to keep in mind so that he kind of engages his own audience?
There are probably 3,000 plus restaurants listed on Zomato, and I'm sure more than 5,000 plus street food vendors in Calcutta only. And I do not think anybody has covered more than 200 street food joints or more than 500 restaurants. So the number is endless. Just
There
go
are
with it, go with the flow.
50,000 street food vendors.
50,000. Okay. Okay.
So
So
you have 50,000 reason to do videos.
you have, if you can come out with one video a day, it will take you maybe what, 100 years to cover the whole thing. Go on with it. Feel like a free platform.
Okay. Uh, so Shubhro Chakraborty wants to ask from where I would get information about editing apps and how can I judge which one is best?
Two simple places. There are very two places where you can search. Either you have an app called Google Play Store if you have an Android phone, or there is a place called what for Apple, what it does, iStore. Yeah?
I see.
Yeah. So you go to these two places, write video editing, and they will start showing those apps. Very simple. And start downloading them. Whoever has the most download or the highest rated app, download it, start working on it. Simple. And there are fantastic courses on platforms like Udemy or Unacademy or LinkedIn Learning to learn on those apps, learn on those models. Start learning, start using, and you'll come across them.
Shiv Prakash wants to ask, good evening, sir. We have to focus on public interest or our passion while making the videos, and we want to earn also. Sometimes passion doesn't work. Give me a suggestion. Give me any suggestion, sir. So I think he is in a
For
conflict between the public interest, what people want to see, and his own passion.
now, unless and until you are doing something illegal or unethical, your passion is the best thing to start with because that's what will drive you. Then maybe public interest comes into play to check a public reaction, whatever people are thinking. See, I want to own maybe a gold field like the KGF movie, move on in a submarine, but that doesn't really work that way. So, what others think matters at points of time. Shrand, over to you. Shunanda, over to you.
I agree with you, Indrajit. I think passion is very much needed, especially when you are doing, until and unless somebody is paying you to do videos on a particular channel or a particular subject,
Yes.
because otherwise you cannot continue. It doesn't really kick you, it doesn't really give you that kick that. Uh, because see, if you are extremely interested in cricket and somebody asks you to do a video on golf, you would be bored to death, until and unless somebody like Indrajit comes and says that, okay, I will pay you 1,000 rupees for the videos that you make. It doesn't make any sense. So I think passion is very much needed, and as I told in the beginning of it, that passion works, because until and unless you are passionate about something, then don't make YouTube videos.
Then why waste time? You have a lot of things to do in life.
Yeah, there are a
Why
lot of
waste your
things
time?
that interest you also fetch money. So that's where you need to focus, I think.
Shishendu says that he has a Bengali rap song channel. How can I get my song out to people who like this type of song?
Have you heard of a channel by the name DJ Bapon? Onindo, a guy named Onindo does it. And he is doing a fantastic job with a great user base. So he is one of those Bengali DJs who writes the lyrics and comes out with his own song. You can do something with that. And once the song is liked by everyone, it will be a hit. Simple as that. It's like any other medium.
Um, then Rhythm is saying which way we makes good viewer levels. I mean, sometime a video gets good response, but others are not.
That's very, very interesting questions, and I would like to take this because I see the back end a lot, and I think one of the best episode of Foodka was made, I think, 2 years back on a Christmas, where both Indrajit and Mir, we went to certain restaurants which are run by underprivileged children, and that was a very emotional video,
Well made
very
video.
and very well made video. Extremely, we were all very very happy because interacting with those kids, having food made by them made our life much much better that day. But unfortunately, that video did not work for us. So there is no way we
That
can.
was actually one of the biggest flops
It is
in the food career.
exactly.
Probably the biggest flop. But
So today
anyway,
you may not realize, because after 2 years or 3 years there are enough views. But when we started actually, and I still remember that after 15 days we had close to 10,000 views in that particular episode, which was
yes.
extremely demoralizing for us. But that doesn't stop us, and that didn't stop us to make more and more uh, meaningful videos, which we liked, which we loved, because we felt that, okay, that has not worked, that doesn't mean that it will not never work, because people are probably not. Okay, the take from that is, probably people are not willing to look at problems of people in an YouTube channel. They have expected something else from YouTube, Foodka. So their expectation from Foodka channel is not to talk about the griefs and worries of the world. They're expecting Foodka to talk about only happy things. So, but we found happiness in that, so we did it, because as I said, that we did it more for our love of the channel. But if you are really serious about earning from YouTube channel, you have to be very careful and look at those graphs, that which is working, which is not working. If somebody is not working, don't try in that, don't spend much more time on that.
Cool. Prem, is there anyone who wants to directly interact and ask the question? Who has raised hand?
Ma'am, Pratyusha Pandey is there.
So, can you unmute her? And Pratyusha, are you there?
Pratyusha, please unmute your mic. Pratyusha, if you are there, please unmute your mic.
I don't
I
think.
Ma'am,
think she
there
has
might be some
left.
internet issue.
Prem, bring in the next person if there's anyone else.
We request to all participants, if you have any questions, you can directly ask your question by
Nilesh has
raising
a
your hand.
question.
Ma'am, Nilesh Chaturvedi, I think he has already asked. Please ask only the non-repeated questions. Nilesh,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, hello.
Yes, Nilesh.
Oh, okay. Very good evening, sir. I just, first of all, I just wanted to say you that I just saw your YouTube channel right now, and it was very good as I
Mm-hmm.
saw that. So basically, I want to start a gaming channel and all. So basically, I want to ask one thing that, uh, yeah, I know that audience engagement is there must be some audience engagement that you should do like triggered insan and all. I also watch many YouTube gamers, so YouTubers who play games like Minecraft and all. So basically my question is that how to means is it necessary, suppose if I'm creating content in Bengali on the first hand, and they're in Hindi, so what is the difference between that? Which one has more engagement, because Hindi is wide spoken in India, and if some of my friend who wants to start a gaming channel wants to open the content in Bengali, how far it can go?
If I
That's
talk of a channel named Bongai, he plays a couple of Minecraft games, and my son even loves to watch them, and the view goes probably in millions. So it depends on your subscriber base, what number of subscribers are you having, and what is the engagement level there. The game depends on your subscribers. English, Bengali, Hindi, all are fine. Like English, obviously, has a global audience, but Bengali, Hindi, these vernacular languages are coming up like anything for the entire social media globally, as Shanando rightly said some time back.
okay. Okay, so which one is good to start? For example, if I have no subscriber base, so which one is good to start? That's the
भाई
question.
तुम्हें बांग्लाয় ভালো কথা বলো या आप हिंदी में बेहतर बोलते हो क्या करते हो आप
I can speak Hindi. I'm actually non-Bengali, but one of my friend who is a Bengali, for
तो
that,
आप बंगाली में क्यों चालू करना चाहते हो तो आप हिंदी में ही करोगे ना दैट इज
yeah,
ऑब्वियस
yeah,
whichever you are
So,
fluent in.
if you're comfortable in Hindi, start in Hindi, do it in Hindi, because today, globally, if you look at all the social media channels, they are looking at more and more regional content in your own language, talk to your own people, and that's where the essence is. That's what people are actually looking at. So, I think you should be going for Hindi, as Ingrid said.
In fact, if within Hindi, if you are good with the Bhojpuri accent, go with it. If you are good with the UP accent, go with it. Whatever you do, just do it and try it out.
okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yep.
Uh, Prashanto, Prashanto, are you there? You can ask your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Prashant, good evening.
নমস্কার আমার একটি কোশ্চেন রয়েছে ইন্দ্রজিৎ স্যারের কাছে
বলো
যিনি
না।
ফুডকা নামেই বেশি পরিচিত এবং আমি হচ্ছে তার নিয়মিত ইউটিউবে ফুডকা সিরিজ গুলো ফলো করি, খুব ভালো লাগে মীর স্যারের সাথে, এবং এর মাধ্যমে বিভিন্ন খাবারের বিভিন্ন রকম খাবার এর হচ্ছে সম্বন্ধে জানতে পারি। যে স্যারের সাথে আমার হচ্ছে গত বছরই এপিজে বাংলা সাহিত্য উৎসবে পরিচয় হয়েছে, খুব ভালো। আমার একটা কোশ্চেন, আমি এখন হচ্ছে সাহিত্য নিয়ে লেখালেখি অল্প স্বল্প করি, সেগুলো কিভাবে আমি ইউটিউব চ্যানেল একটা তৈরি করে আমি সেটাকে কিভাবে হচ্ছে ইন্টারনেট থেকে আমি আর্নিং করতে পারি, এই কোশ্চেনটাই আমি
সানডে
স্যারের কাছে
সাসপেন্স,
রয়েছে।
সানডে সাসপেন্স বলে একটি বস্তু আছে, তুমি কি সেটার নাম শুনেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমি
সানডে
সানডে,
সাসপেন্স,
হ্যাঁ আমি
সেখানে
ইউটিউবে
গল্প পড়া হয়। তো তুমি
হ্যাঁ
গল্প পড়তে পারো, এক বইয়ের রিভিউ করতে পারো, দুই নতুন কোন কোন বই আসছে এসেছে সেগুলো জানাতে পারো। এই তিনটে তো এক্ষুনি খুব সহজ উপায় দিচ্ছে, বাকি যদি আমার সঙ্গে অফলাইনে কানেক্ট করো আমরা দুজনে মাথা কাটিয়ে একসঙ্গে আরো কিছু বের করতে পারবো।
ওকে। ধন্যবাদ স্যার।
Thank you.
ওয়েলকাম।
Yeah, anybody else?
I think there's Partho Broto Ghosh.
Yes, yes. Very good afternoon, sir. So, thank you for your explanation all about. So sir, your channel all about food channel, food review channel basically. So, how did you handle any trolling or negative feedback, if any? A few days ago, Fortune cooking oil advertisement featuring Ganguly was taken off air temporary. So, if any, you have any experience?
We have been told numerous times over multiple things, and let's not go into those gory, bloody details. But all we can say is somebody is after your life means you are ahead of them. If somebody is trolling you, means either they want to be you, or they want to copy you, or they envy you. Either of these three things. So whatever you do, you are better, and that's why you are getting trolled. So Mir is a celebrity, and he has been
That's why.
facing this thing for last 2 decades. But I was a newcomer. I used to be in the IT business. So for a couple of years, I personally got trolled like anything over Puka. Now, obviously, I was demoralized and down, but then Mead actually taught me this thing, that these three reasons why you are being trolled. Just trust me, you'll be developing a thick skin after a couple of them, and your channel will be hit. Trust me on that part.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, anybody else?
Abhishek Biswas. Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Very good evening, sir. I have seen a few videos of your channel, Foodka, and I just want to ask, like, last 6 or 7 months, I have started a channel in YouTube. I thought of doing a informative channel, not a completely tech channel, because there are so many tech channels. So initially, I was doing like other guys, like how to make a thumbnail, how to edit a video on mobile, and those things. Then I saw that much views are not coming, because I realized that so many experienced guys are there doing such videos. Then I changed my path, and I thought of doing what I am doing professionally. Like I am doing like tax. I am in tax consultancy service, so or some online jobs like how to apply for this thing on online and those things. And the views are coming more on those kind of videos, like
Brilliant.
how to apply say digital ration card online, how can you
Oh,
pay
that's cool.
property tax
Brilliant. Brilliant.
online,
I think that's a
those things.
jackpot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I realized that that's the thing I am doing over and over years professionally. So
And you are
without,
you are a pro in that part, right?
yes,
So you
without
can
any,
share your knowledge.
yes,
Somebody
I'm
watching
sharing
your
knowledge.
channel will have
Mhm.
confidence on you that this guy can do these things well.
Yes, that is the
So,
thing I
and
am
then
doing,
that's the
like
magic.
updating the whatever discount or whatever schemes has came, how you can apply online.
Boss,
Basically,
send me your channel
everything.
link. I need to have couple of grants or grants for this government. So send me your channel link and let me subscribe in that first.
Okay, so yeah, so the thing is that what I realized is since I do this professionally, so without looking at any scripts, just if my eyes are also closed, I know that where to click and which window will open. So it was
Correct.
much more easy for me. And but still, I need few of your tips and tricks, what you say, so called, for to know the
Maybe
analytics, because
we
I
can
more.
connect offline. We can
Okay,
connect
okay,
offline from Foodka team, and we can have
okay,
a better discussion, better
okay,
personalized
okay.
discussion than this open forum.
Since I am a little bit concerned about the settings and analytics, I at least take 1 hour every day to check the analytics. Okay, as you say, I will definitely do it
Yes.
offline. But how come through Instagram or anything? I don't know how to
Maybe we
how
can
to
connect
connect.
offline someday.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I think Latifat, are you there? Latifat has kind of gone off. No, Latifat, are you there? Do you want to?
Actually,
Latifat, do you
ma'am,
want to ask it?
Latifat is from Nigeria.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, Latifat.
Hi,
I
Latifat.
think I mistakenly pressed hand. I mistakenly raised my hand up.
Okay, okay.
I'm
You are
sorry.
from Nigeria?
Yes, I'm a Nigerian.
Okay, okay, cool.
Latifat, please watch our channel
Yes,
and give
please
your
tell us.
reviews. You would be learning a
Okay.
lot about Bengali food and Indian food.
I don't understand Bengali, sir.
Great. Nice meeting you.
Thank
Tell me, Latifat. Nice meeting you.
I don't see any other raised hand. Is there anyone else?
Okay, so can we take one last question, please, whomever is it? And then we can maybe wind up this session. It's almost 1.5 hours. So can we take one last question, if there is anything?
Professor Mukherjee, we can't hear you.
Sir, please unmute.
I'm sorry. I was saying there is one question in the question answer box
Okay.
from Shoptik Pramanik. That could well be the last question.
Perfect.
Just one moment. From Shoptik Pramanik. Sir, I want to start a travel blog series, and after my college, I will do a motor vlog series. Sir, I have seen that you love to ride bikes. Which camera should I buy first? A simple mirrorless vlogging camera or action camera?
Action camera, any given day. If you want to do a vlogging series, go for a good mobile, not a mirrorless or DSLR. Go for a good mobile and an action camera. Go with those fittings like rigs and this helmet, chin, bucks, all these things, so that you can capture the right videos. Go with a gimbal for action camera and start with it. That should do. It's more than enough.
And drive carefully.
Whatever you do, at your age, I didn't used to drive carefully, but whatever you do, just don't get into an accident. Okay, so
I think it's time now for us to thank our guests for those wonderful deliberations, and they made a very good presentation and answered our questions very patiently. And I think many people have asked questions, and there were a lot of takeaway from this program. I would just like to summarize that over the week we have heard many things, but the key words for me are passion, research, patience, shameless promotion. Some of the key words that are coming out very clearly. I think if you really want to make it a hit on the social media, that is what you need to really follow relentlessly. So thank you, Mr. Lahiri, and thank you, Mr. Banerjee, for coming on our show and enlightening us and our students and some of our viewers here. Thank you very much, and maybe we would meet again some other day using a similar platform. And wish you all the best for all your endeavors in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Mukherjee. We would love to talk to students on a personal basis, maybe on a proper seminar or something in the near future. Okay. But thanks for having us over.
Surely we can do that because we run programs on management and we have programs on digital and social media marketing. That's where maybe we could bring you in as guest speakers, and students would benefit immensely, I think. Thank you again.
Surely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Would love to thank Mom also for her constant support and in setting up the webinar series for us. And I would love to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, who's not here right now, but then it was his initiative which really gave birth to the program, and it has been a very good program all again. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, our guests. Thank you, everyone. Thank the participants who have come in. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Prem, for the technical support.
Yes, thank you, Prem.
Thank you.
For being the constant support.
Thank you so much, everyone.
I think Prem would like to say that the certificates will be available from tomorrow. The e-certificates can be downloaded from tomorrow onwards. There have been a large number of registrations, so it may not be possible for us to do it today. From tomorrow, you can expect the certificates. Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all good night and stay safe.
Good night.